For millions of viewers in the 1970s and 80s, Little House on the Prairie wasn't just a TV show. It was childhood. It was family nights, moral lessons, and familiar faces that felt like relatives. But decades later, time has quietly rewritten that world. Many of the actors are gone. Others are barely recognizable. And one, in particular, has aged in a way no one ever expected. Matthew Labyorteaux, who played Albert Ingalls, is now in his later years, and fans are stunned by how different he looks today. Yet his story is only one piece of a much larger picture. What really happened to the cast of Little House on the Prairie after the cameras stopped rolling? Matthew joined the series in the late 1970s and quickly became a central part of the show through its 8th season. Albert's storylines were some of the darkest and most emotional the series ever tackled, dealing with addiction, loss, and the struggle to belong. His raw, vulnerable performances made Albert one of the most memorable characters on the show. When Little House ended, Matthew didn't vanish. Throughout the 1980s, he continued acting, appearing on shows like Night Court and The Love Boat, and starring in films including Wes Craven's Deadly Friend. But as time went on, his career took an unexpected turn. In the mid-1990s, he reinvented himself as a voice actor. That second chapter became just as impactful. From 2005 to 2008, Matthew voiced Jaden Yuki in the English dub of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, introducing him to an entirely new generation of fans. He later reprised the role in video games like Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, cementing his legacy far beyond Walnut Grove. Off-screen, Matthew has lived a quiet, purposeful life. He married his wife Leslie in 2020, became a stepfather to her 2 children, and earlier co-founded the Youth Rescue Fund with his brother to help young people in crisis. Today, fans often remark on how remarkably well he has aged, praising his appearance and celebrating him at conventions and fan events. Albert Ingalls may have grown older, but he never faded from memory. But Matthew was far from the only Little House star whose life took a powerful turn. Michael Landon was the soul of the series. As Charles Ingalls, he wasn't just the father of the family. He was the creative force behind the show itself. Landon served as lead actor, executive producer, director, and writer, shaping the show's themes of faith, perseverance, and family. Before Little House, he was already a star from Bonanza, and after it ended, he created Highway to Heaven, another deeply emotional and values-driven series. In 1991, Landon publicly revealed his pancreatic cancer diagnosis, raising awareness with courage and honesty. Just months later, he passed away at the age of 54, leaving behind one of television's most enduring legacies. Melissa Gilbert, who played Laura Ingalls Wilder, grew up before the world's eyes. After the show, she expanded far beyond acting. She became president of the Screen Actors Guild, published multiple memoirs, explored politics, and remained active in television and theater. Today, she continues to reinvent herself, co-founding the lifestyle brand Modern Prairie and inspiring women navigating life's transitions. Karen Grassel, the beloved Caroline Ingalls, returned to her theatrical roots after the show. She spent decades in stage productions, appeared in films and guest TV roles, and later published a candid memoir offering behind-the-scenes insight into her life on and off the prairie. Allison Armitage, unforgettable as Nellie Olson, transformed audience hatred into admiration through her activism. After losing close friends to AIDS, she became a passionate advocate for awareness and prevention. She also spoke openly about surviving childhood abuse, turning her pain into purpose. Today, she performs, podcasts, and connects with fans who now appreciate the depth behind the character they once despised. The youngest Ingalls daughter, Carrie, was played by twins Lindsay and Sydney Greenbush. As adults, they chose lives far from Hollywood, pursuing careers in accounting, horse training, rodeo competition, and creative ventures, while still honoring their place in television history. Catherine McGregor, who played the sharp-tongued Harriet Olsen, stepped away from screen acting after Little House, dedicating her later years to theater and mentoring young performers. She passed away in 2018 at the age of 93. Jonathan Gilbert, who played Willie Olson, disappeared almost entirely from the public eye after the show. He left acting, built a career in finance, traveled the world, and lived privately for decades before briefly reappearing for the show's 50th anniversary. Richard Bull, the gentle and kind Nels Olson, continued acting for years before retiring and passing away in 2014 at age 89. His calm presence remains a fan favorite. Victor French, beloved as Isaiah Edwards, brought grit and heart to the series. He reunited with Michael Landon on Highway to Heaven but tragically died in 1989 from lung cancer at just 54. Little House on the Prairie may belong to the past, but its cast carried its lessons into real life through reinvention, activism, quiet lives, and lasting legacies. The Prairie faded, but the stories never did.